Mindfulness over memory loss. Can meditation delay cognitive aging? So you're walking into a room and suddenly can't remember why you're there. You start opening drawers, checking your pockets, maybe mumbling something like, "Was I hungry?" or "Was I about to fix the Wi-Fi?" Welcome to the joyride of aging. But before you panic, Google early dementia symptoms for the third time this week. Science offers a gentler and quieter alternative: meditation. Yes, the same practice once reserved for monks, yoga instructors, and that cousin who moved to Bali after a breakup is now getting serious attention as a legitimate tool to slow down cognitive aging. Let's break it down. Meditation, particularly mindfulness meditation, isn't just about sitting cross-legged in a sunbeam while thinking about nothing. It's about training your attention. It's about learning how to notice your thoughts without spiraling into 12 tabs of mental browser windows. And when it comes to aging brains, that kind of training might just be gold. For starters, let's talk stress. A chronic stress is like battery acid for your brain, especially for the hippocampus, which governs memory and learning. The more your cortisol stays elevated, from deadlines, politics, or trying to open packaging that says easy tear, the more your brain is at risk of shrinking in all the wrong places. Enter meditation. Regular mindfulness practice has been shown to lower cortisol levels, reduce systemic inflammation, and, get this, preserve gray matter volume in aging adults. In fact, a study from Harvard found that just 8 weeks of mindfulness meditation led to measurable increases in hippocampal density, along with reductions in the amygdala, your stress center. Translation: the brain actually restructured itself in response to people sitting quietly and breathing. That's not magic. That's neuroplasticity, doing a happy dance. But it's not just about stress. Meditation appears to directly improve attention span and working memory, two things that tend to drift a little with age. You know that frustrating moment when you forget what you were saying mid-sentence? Mindfulness training strengthens the neural circuits responsible for sustained focus and short-term memory. It's like giving your brain a tuning fork to stay on pitch in the mental orchestra of life. Long-term meditators, yes, even those who started later in life, show slower age-related thinning of the prefrontal cortex, the part of the brain responsible for decision-making, planning, and keeping you from sending questionable emails. In studies comparing older adults who meditated regularly with those who didn't, the meditators consistently scored better on cognitive tests, attention tasks, and memory recall. They were also more emotionally resilient, which is handy when you're trying to troubleshoot a smart TV remote that randomly speaks Portuguese. And unlike brain games, which are often highly specific and don't always generalize to real-world function, meditation improves a broad range of executive functions: flexibility, focus, emotional control. It's like the Swiss Army knife of cognitive health, but with less whittling. Even more promising, meditation might help protect against the early stages of neurodegenerative diseases. Some research suggests that mindfulness training may reduce the buildup of beta-amyloid plaques, a hallmark of Alzheimer's, and boost brain-derived neurotrophic factor, BDNF, a protein that encourages new brain cell growth. It's not a cure, but it's certainly not nothing, especially considering the side effects include things like feeling calmer, sleeping better, and yelling at the news less. And let's not ignore the psychological perks. Meditation gives you a sense of control in an otherwise unpredictable aging process. It helps you respond to frustration with grace, or at least less swearing. It cultivates gratitude, patience, and a mental clarity that's harder to come by once you've hit the "why does everything beep now" stage of life. So, do you need to renounce worldly possessions and meditate for hours a day? Absolutely not. Research shows benefits with as little as 10 to 20 minutes a day, ideally practiced most days of the week. You can sit, walk, lie down, just pick a method that works for you. YouTube has thousands of free guides, apps like Headspace and Calm offer gentle support, and there are even mindfulness for boomers classes now, often taught by people who also hate cold weather and loud commercials. In short, your brain doesn't need another expensive gadget, supplement, or mystery pill. What it might need is stillness, a little focus, a moment to breathe. Because even as memory gets a bit fuzzier, your ability to pay attention, to notice, and to train your mind, that's still very much alive. And apparently, your hippocampus is just waiting for you to exhale. So close your eyes, breathe in, breathe out, And if you still forget why you walked into the kitchen, at least now you'll be calm about it.